we getting that late night grind, then I'm still up working. It's my night off, but I'm still up hustling. I'm feeling more ambitious than ever. I'm still feeling motivated. I ain't even really tired, bro. So I said, let's stay up. Let's keep working, bro. I'm working on a dream people think barely comes true. I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to shock the world. If you rolling with me, let's keep rolling. It's far from the time to get complacent, get soft, start to get distracted, bro. We got to stay locked in on the mission. But this is what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about the importance of being able to fall back in order to get ahead. You feel me? And I'm going to break this thing down, so it doesn't go over nobody's head. You can understand this from a 3rd, 4th grade level, bro. Once you start to understand human psychology and how the mind works and how people perceive things, you can move with more strategy. You can move better, and you got a one up on a lot of people and a lot of situations, bro. When you constantly on the scene, you constantly in people's face, you always make yourself available, you start to become watered down. You feel me? People start to think that they got unlimited access to you, then that's when people start to take you for granted. Oh, such and such, he's always available. He always one call away, bro. I don't want to be like that, bro, because like I say, man, your respect level starts to go down. You got to leave people a chance to miss you sometimes. You got to understand the importance of taking strategic breaks, falling back off the scene, going low key, bro, so you can recharge your battery, so you can come back even stronger, bro. Then when you come back, people are like, damn, where you been at, bro? It's like, man, you pop back out of nowhere. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes, bro. Trust and believe. I've seen it time in and time out in my life. I even had to learn this myself. I learned it a long time ago, and I started applying it to my life. When people think, like I said, when they think they could just call you whenever, they think that they can always rely on you. You know what I'm saying? Or they start to take you for granted. They start to think that, okay, boom, I'm just going to do such and such to do it, bro. He ain't got no issues or problems with doing it, bro. You don't want to get yourself in that predicament, bro, because like I say, it's just going to do nothing but take your stock down, bro. That's why everybody ain't got access to me. I don't let everybody just have access to me. I don't answer my phone all the time. I be busy. You know what I'm saying? I take my time getting back to stuff. I focus on the stuff that's important to me first. And you could look at, somebody that's in a powerful position, right? Look at somebody like the president or the governor of your state, bro. You can't just walk into the White House or the governor's office and just, think you're going to just talk to these people at any given moment. You got to set up appointments. You got to be cleared. You got to have the right credentials. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get access to any and everybody. It doesn't work like that, bro. That's how you got to treat your own life. That's how I operate my life. Everybody can't just get close up to me, bro. Everybody can't just hit me up at whatever moment's notice that they feel is convenient for them. No, I put myself first. I prioritize myself first, and a part of becoming successful is you got to limit access to certain people, bro, because they ain't going to do nothing but bring you back down, slow you down from where you trying to go in your life, bro. If you let yourself become accessible to any and everybody, bro, you're going to start hustling backwards, bro. You feel me? That's why when like I said, you see a CEO of a company, what do they have? They have assistants. They have people that you got to call. You got to book these people, bro. You look at a motivational speaker, somebody that's getting paid for their time, their expertise, their motivational skills. You got to book these people. You got to pay up front. You got to have the advance check. You look at a rapper or something, man, they go to these shows before they even step foot on the stage to perform one song. You got to have half of the deposit paid before they even step foot on the stage. They're not going to step on the stage, bro. That's just how life goes, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at this like this too, man. Some may feel that you've been arrogant. Some may feel that you're self-centered, you're selfish, this and that, but you doing that You know, you got to understand this. You doing that to protect your inner peace, to protect your time, to protect what matters most to you, your goals, your dreams, your vision, because people will waste your time if you allow them to. You feel me? They'll come into your space, encroach upon your space, you know, and just start wasting your time, wreaking havoc on your life if you love them. That's why you can't just be available to any and everybody. You feel me? You got to learn how to fall back. You got to learn how to distance yourself from certain people in certain situations, bro, because everybody is not going in the same direction as you. Everybody, they don't have the same ambition. They don't have the same hustle. They don't have the same mentality as you. So why would you be subjecting yourself to them type of people, you know, putting yourself in their presence, bro, so they could do nothing but waste your time, hold you back, you know, they ain't talking about shit. There's so many people out here, they're not talking about nothing. So I don't even come around anymore. I don't even want to be bothered. I still love you. I still hope you do good in life, bro, but I got to stay over here, bro, because I already know as soon as I come around, you ain't talking about nothing, bro. What you want, all they want you to do, go out to the club, you know, talk about some shit that happened 20 years ago. You know, I'm trying to talk about the future. I'm trying to talk about building something. Let's talk about that, bro. And then it's like when you try to bring conversations up like that, it's like it falls on deaf ears. Or it's like you speaking Chinese to them. They can't understand. Oh, he's such and such getting lame. Let's not hang out with him no more, bro. He over here talking about some whole other type of shit, bro. That's why you gotta learn, right, to hang out with people that's like-minded. Birds of a feather flock together, bro. You don't never see no eagles kicking it with no pigeons, bro. Why would an eagle want to kick it with some pigeons? Or a bunch of pigeons flocking together for crumbs, crumb bums. You feel me? The eagle up in the sky, he soar high above them, bro. He looking for the next big thing, bro. They looking for limited resources, bro. They got a scarce mindset. They fighting for limited resources. Meanwhile, that eagle up there, he see the whole bigger picture. That's how you gotta be. That's how I am with my life, bro. You feel me, bro? I don't care who gets mad at me. I don't care what people think about me. They could call me a self-centered, selfish bastard. I give two fucks, bro. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm focused. I'm dialed in on my mission in life. This is what I want to do with my life. This is how I'm going to do it. It's got to be about myself. Me, myself, and I. At the end of the day, I'm not putting nobody else's wants and needs above mine. It's simple as that. You know, and I'm going to keep going with the agenda. You know, you can apply this to a lot of different situations in your life, bro. You can apply this to your dating life, bro. When you starting to date, you know, let's say you courting, you dating, right? You go out with a chick, bro. Y'all go on a couple dates and everything going good. Then it's like you start constantly texting her. You start bombarding her with 1,000 messages. She don't text back in an hour. You hit her with 3 more texts. That's not doing nothing but pushing her away. If y'all had a first, 1 or 2 dates, give it a little time. Let her linger on your mind. Give her a little space to miss you, bro. Then hit her back maybe within a day or so, then y'all could go from there. But when you constantly texting them around an hour, you ain't doing nothing but chasing them away, pushing them away, bro. She got 1,000 dudes probably in her phone that's doing the same thing. You got to find a way to stand out. You can apply it to this too, bro. When it comes to your goals and it feels like nothing is happening, sometimes you just got to sit back, take it little by little, day by day. Everything ain't going to just appear magically in front of your eyes. Everything's not going to just come together in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, it's a lot of moving pieces that you may not be able to see that's positioning themselves into the right position. So the puzzle, it could become clearer to you, bro. Sometimes you just got to take it day by day, little by little, bro. Even if you made a little progress today, you made no progress tomorrow, but you still showed up, bro. You going in the right direction. This is something else you can apply what I'm talking about too, bro. You can apply it to stuff like going to the gym. If you keep going, boom, boom, training heavy every single time you go in the gym, you eventually gonna start to break down. You're gonna start to get, injuries. You're gonna start to get hurt. You're going to start to be always sore. You got to learn how to push and pull. You know what I'm saying? Every day I go into the gym, it's not a heavy day. You feel me, bro? And it may look like it's heavy for somebody else, but trust me, I work in days where I'm strategic with it. Some days I go in the gym, I just do all calisthenics. Some days I lighten the weight and I just do more reps. Some days I might just go in there, do like 20 minutes with the weights and just walk, do cardio for the rest of the workout, bro. I'm strategic with my recovery. You can't be balls to the wall every day. We not robots or machines, bro. We human at the end of the day, including me. This is something else you can apply to people taking your kindness for weakness. Like I say, that's why you can't be in people's face, bro. When you just make yourself available to people on a constant basis, now they think they can treat you like a doormat. They start to walk all over you, bro. They starting to take you for granted. They don't respect your presence as much when you always in your face. So you got to learn to fall back. Don't always answer the phone, Oh, they want you to do this. Can you do this? I can't do that right now. I'm busy. I'm working on something else, bro. Even if you ain't got shit to do, even if you just want to sit at the crib, watch Netflix, bro, and just do you, hey, you protecting your personal space, you setting boundaries. That's the main thing I want you to get from this video, learning how to set boundaries, bro. So people don't think that they can overstep them boundaries and just do you any kind of way, take your time, not value your time and what you trying to do, because they think that, such and such to do it. Such and such always said yes, bro. Nah, it's a new day. It's a new age, bro. Such and such is busy working on him. Do not disturb. I'm not answering the phone. It's just like when I'm at the gym. Don't call me when I'm at the gym. I will not answer the phone unless it's about some money. It just is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, less is more. Less is more, you know what I'm saying? Don't always think you got to always be on the scene. You younger, you go to the club still. Don't always think you got to go to the club every weekend. You in the dating game, you dating, bro. Don't always think you got to be courting, dating different people. Sometimes it's good to take them breaks, bro, and just chill. You know what I'm saying? So then you can really focus and lock in on your goals. What you need to really be focused on anyways. That's why I love it, bro, when I got limited distractions. My phone ain't ringing. You know what I'm saying? My dating life might suck, bro, but I can lock in on this YouTube channel. I can stay focused on my goals, what I'm trying to do in my life, bro. It's just less distractions and more clarity. Y'all like this video, though, make sure you subscribe to my channel at the Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at the Ghetto Bodybuilder. Y'all know I got that merchandise for sale. It ain't for everybody, bro. This thing that I'm talking about, these things that I show y'all on a daily basis, it's not for everybody. Everybody's not going to get it. Some people are not going to be able to relate. Some things that I discuss, it may go over people's head, bro. They might get it one day. They might not get it, bro. All I know, I'm putting the message out there. It's up to you to take the initiative and apply it to your life. Everybody can take something from somebody. It's something that you can learn from everybody. Even if it's something that you shouldn't be doing, I always try to learn something from everybody I encounter. Y'all got any input, thoughts, comments on this video? Make sure you drop a comment. I'll be sure to get back with you as soon as I can. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated. Boom.